think many understand what the biggest curveball life can ever throw at you. It eats at you like a snake. Some people call it a fire. Some people call it a want or a desire. If you're morally and spiritually inclined, you label it as a calling. But if there's anything that I could ever call it, I call it drive. Drive is that nasty push telling you that you aren't enough. Drive is the sharp sound that cuts through the noise of obscurity. If anything, it's the biggest you you're ever going to receive. Because you know what you can do. You're just scared shitless. The other night, me and my family were discussing my grades. See, I wasn't doing enough. And in my head, I was thinking, nah, at least I did the required subjects. Mind you, I am not a bad student. But I do have my lazy moments, per se. I mean, it can be normal. It is a part of who I am. But then, I shit you not, my mom hands me the nastiest combination of words I've ever received in a while. Do you wanna be like your father? Dad, if you're watching this, you know what she's about to say. Do you wanna be like your father? And when she said that, it struck a nerve in me. Man, it wasn't my sadness or self-pity, but it wasn't my ego either. That's when I realized I can do better. I can do better. Thinking about it, it is not my mom and her specific combination of words that put me in some sort of preparation for a wake-up call. It was in the way that it happened. If I wasn't being lazy, if I wasn't lazing around the house and not doing my assignments on time and my projects on time, if I uploaded enough YouTube videos, then I wouldn't have that feeling in me getting triggered or getting reminded, because that moment of me being told something by my mother that I am not doing enough, that tells me that I am not on a path that I would enjoy in the future. So dear viewer, if you have something that you'd like to achieve, you'll need some sort of catalyst. You need something to set you on that stage. Sometimes if you want something, someone's gonna force you to want it. But the best way to have it, the best way to have that want, is to find a genuine level of interest that you can muster for yourself, as it is within you that you can find your own reasons. But if you gain your own reasons because someone in your life or something in your life causes you to gain that reason, then it can be more impactful. If I was poor and I had to carry my family out of poverty, that would be a sufficient enough reason to find my way into success or excellence. Because success is a hard thing to get without other people. There's no such thing as a self-made man. My mom told me that. Excellence, you also have to get people on the same railroad as you for excellence. At the same time, to be excellent at something is to become successful at it. But you cannot be successful without being excellent at something. So sometimes you'll need fuel. And you'll have to celebrate the reasons for why you're doing things. So you have to look back from time to time, you know? You have to look back. It can be something straight out of a movie where a life-changing event happens or God speaks to you. You know how that works, yeah. And then you just go at it with that clarity, with that renewed sense of that was endowed upon you. But this is real life. You will get lazy. Sometimes you just can't stop. It took me a few weeks to realize how lazy I was starting to become, through the help of my parents, my friends, my channel flunking. It was not a wake-up call. It was the roosters beginning to shout, beginning to, what do you call it, to cackle. And that cackling reminded me how important it is to continue to have a go at it. You can't stop. You can't stop. And being that you can't stop, it also means that there are some things that you'll have to put on hold. And that can hurt. That really can hurt. At the very least, I tell you, at the very least, it will be you stopping a bad habit or maybe a vice. But in some extreme cases, you'll have to stop being friends with someone, or you have to stop being in a relationship with someone. You'll have to end a company or a phase in your life, just so you can be on that track for success. So that's what I observed. I myself haven't had to sacrifice a relationship or a family member. Well, I've had to sacrifice a part of me. And I think that is the easiest to do. And that can put you on that wake up call. It's just that you necessarily won't be your own wake up call. You won't tell yourself, "Oh, it's time to lock in." No, it's really hard to just say that. It's not a watch an Instagram reel and you'll be locked in for the rest of your life. No, it's still going to be discipline. At the end of the day, you'll have to be consistent at it. And I'm trying to do that too. I think I'm failing at it, but the fact that I'm failing at it consistently means that I will continue at it consistently as well. So at least I'm on some route to excellence. And I don't know where my future will lead me to. I might be a dead-end salary worker who does it for paying the bills, just to pay the bills, and sleep in an apartment and reminisce on how much he has missed on life. It could be that same thing, but now I'm content and happy with people who I care about, or with a schedule that I care about, like in perfect days. Or it could be me, who's hyper successful, who owns a lot of businesses, who has a lot of connections, but still hasn't found that one thing to fill this hole in his heart. And at the very best, mind you, I can be someone who is super successful, super wealthy, have people to care about, and still be able to have time for giving to others, or for the Lord, for God, and health. So it really doesn't matter how you'll find it, but it does matter what you'll do after it. Capiche? Yeah? Okay. This is kind of a delicate topic for me, a delicate ground, because I am not one to speak on the extent of my whole life. I'm just turning 18 in a few months. What do I know about success? Nothing. Except that you can subscribe to the channel. You can subscribe to the channel if you want. And if not, then that means I still have to work on some things. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed, and with all that, thank you for watching.
Oh, great, more of them! Guys,